It's all for you. Don't you understand that? And so they're hyping all of this. How many months? 3 months I've been predicting because I saw all the signs, and now I'm more sure than ever. Mid-April, late April, lots of little events to introduce the idea of, oh, there's these militias, there's these conservatives, there's these libertarians, there's these gun owners. They're out there. They're bad. They're evil. Something's going to happen. And then, oh, my gosh, that's priming the pump. It's like a choke. And you're trying to start your four-wheeler or your boat, and it's not starting, and you got to pull that choke up, get a little bit of fuel in there, and then, brrr, brrr, get that sucker going. So they're priming the pump. They're getting a little gasoline in there in those injectors. They don't want to flood it because that might get people to get their ears up, to get their eyes open. But they're enough fear, and they're going to hit, and it's going to happen, and oh my God, and they're going to target some facility, some federal facility. It'll have a daycare. They'll have cameras right out there, and they'll get that shot of that dead baby, and they're going to put that up on the news and say, this is the people that don't want government takeover of health care. This is the people who don't want federal police and don't want naked body scanners. These are the people that don't want school laptops to watch their kids at home. This is the people that want to audit the Fed. Are you with them? Are you with the ones that blew up the daycare? You're the ones that hurt children? You're the ones that shot police officers all over America? You're the ones? My gosh, I'm for the naked body scanners. I'm for the open borders. I'm for the takeover of health care. I'm not the one of them people that shot a police officer and blew up a daycare. I tell you, there's nothing worse than them tea parties. Mark my words, they've got their finger on the button, and they're getting ready to push it.
You may be new to freeze-dried foods. You may have storable food questions. You may want to buy your freeze-dried foods from a very reputable company and not go broke in the process. Welcome to the Freeze-Dry Guy. Okay, actually, we're more than just one guy. We're a California-based company that's been serving our U.S. military and other government agencies with the finest in freeze-dried storable foods and emergency rations since 1970. See all about us at freezedryguy.com. With Freeze-Dry Guy freeze-dried foods, you can and will be ready for just about any unexpected crisis. Freeze-Dry Guy foods are delicious, require little preparation, and will taste just as fresh decades from now as they do today. Just add hot water and serve. Backpackers consistently rate us #1 year after year as the best tasting and ease of preparation. Isn't that what you want for your family? Visit freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-FOOD. That's 866-404-3663 or go to freezedryguy.com. Freeze-Dry Guy, the best you can buy.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
If you owe the IRS money you can't pay, then listen carefully, because you already know that the problem won't go away by itself. You can get help today from the leading tax expert in the country, Dan Pilla.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. The IRS isn't going to just forget about you. Right now, the IRS is hiring thousands of tax collectors to go after delinquent accounts just like yours. That's why you need to take action today, and I can help. I take a simple but proven approach to solving your tax debt problem. First, I stabilize collections so you don't have to worry about wage and bank levies. Next, I build a detailed plan to get your debt reduced to the fullest extent possible, sometimes even eliminated. Finally, I work with you every step of the way to get your problem solved once and for all. So call now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-346-6829.
Dan Pilla will solve your tax problem, guaranteed. He's helped thousands of people, and he can help you too. Call us today at 800-346-6829. That's 800-34-NO-TAX.
Just as sure as the sun comes up in the morning and sets in the evening, political criminals are violating every federal law you can imagine. They are trying to pass draconian legislation. They are passing it. And they know the people are mad, so they're going to stage terror attacks and blame it on you. And you're going to learn now this whole thing was set up for you. They set up the core of it back in the 80s. Then when they staged the events in the mid-90s, then they staged 9/11 to set up the total grid. Now they're going to stage more events to blame it on the American people. And to turn loose all these hyped-up, roid-head cops on the American people. Now, tomorrow I'm going to get more into the message board of this militia group and what was supposedly said. Anybody can go into these message boards and say, I'm this person, I'm that person, and set people up. AP runs headlines every week. Bin Laden says on a message board. And at the bottom, we're not sure if it's real. Then later, it wasn't real. So, you know, the internet is just a playground for the government. But they may have found idiots to shoot their mouths off. That's why when anybody goes, hey, Bob, you ought to talk and get tough. It's time for war. People call me, Alex, you need to call for war right now. And it's some big fat federal agent sitting there in their offices. Alex, it's time for you to call for war. And they'll go on the message boards. This guy's a wimp. We need to do something right now. It's incredible. Then you've got the whole Moscow situation. Moscow Metro blast, another FSB inside job. 2 separate bomb blasts that ripped apart trains on Moscow metro system, killing at least 34 people during morning rush hour, have been blamed on the female suicide bombers. Oh, we got to have chest x-rays now. But previous instances of terrorism in Russia were proven to be the work of the FSB security service itself. The first explosion took place on a train after it had stopped at the station in central Moscow, close to the headquarters of the Russian FSB security service. A spokeswoman for the Russian Emergencies Ministry told AFP, oh, they were attacked. Like Northwoods calls for attacking themselves. The first blast at the metro station killed 22 people and wounded 12. The second at another station left 12 dead and 7 wounded. And again, 9 times out of 10, these are government operations. Russian Federal Security Service Chief Alexander Bortnikov, I believe I pronounced that right, has already blamed Chechen rebels for the attack. An explanation slavishly accepted by Western media outlets like the BBC, who are already running feature articles about the history of terrorism in Russia that completely fall in line with the FSB's direct role. They completely fail to mention the FSB's direct role in almost every major attack to have ever taken place over the last 10-plus years. Since the explanation of the 2 female suicide bombers with explosives strapped to their bodies were responsible for the bombing has come directly from FSB, past history means we can only treat this official story with the utmost suspicion. The notorious Russian FSB has a documented history of staging false flag events in order to accomplish political agendas. Vladimir Putin came to power as a result of an FSB-orchestrated reign of terror in the autumn of '99, which involved blowing up apartment blocks all over Russia and blaming the attacks on Chechen separatists, allowing Putin to start a war and secure victory in the presidential election. FSB agents were caught planting hexagen explosives underneath an apartment block in Ryazan. Records indicate that the first call the terrorists made after planting the bomb was to FSB headquarters, and the culprits were allowed to flee the country by authorities, and it goes on from there. Look, I'm sorry to the callers. We're going to take a lot more calls tomorrow. I have some very informative guests coming up throughout the week. Obviously, things are deteriorating quickly. The good news is we know what's coming. We know where we are currently. We understand the battlefield that we're on here. I would say to everybody working inside the system, time to choose sides, time to get real, stop being in denial. I know most of you aren't bad, you're compartmentalized, but this is serious, serious business. God bless you all. Great job, crew. Powerful first hour. Retransmission coming up now, Infowars.com.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.